Hey, what's going on? This is Diggerman Fly on RC in Motion, and we cut off the series for a minute now because I wanted to show you guys a couple things I'm working on as well. So you guys can see on your screen, I have an assortment of aluminum parts, and yes, those aluminum parts are purple. Let me show you them right here. Just an assortment of aluminum parts, and if you guys look at the chassis, you guys should know what vehicle this belongs to. Yes, indeed, it's the HPI 5B Baja. Pretty much the RC car with the weed whacker engine, as many call them, but it's the two-stroke engine. And I got this one in a trade for one of my RCs that I had, and turned out to be pretty cool. I blew up the motor in the first week. I'm guessing the motor was already old, but I purchased a new one from DDM, Dave's Discount Motors.com, I believe. Dave Discount Motor Racing. That's the proper website, I believe. I'll put a link in the description. But this is the chassis, and what I've done, let me show you guys real quick what I've done. I went ahead and sanded completely with an 800 grit or grain. Let me show you. Grit, grain, or in Spanish, grano. 800 3M. So this one is for automotives, but it can be used on aluminum as well. This can be purchased at your body shop store, AutoZone, wherever anything made for vehicles is sold. This one can be done dry or wet. I prefer wet. You can see better the spots you missed. So I went ahead and sanded it all out. Okay, as you guys can see, the smaller pieces. Let me show you guys up close. Hopefully it focuses. There we go. You see, I got in between everything and made sure I sanded out perfect. Okay, so all the parts have been sanded out. Little pieces here and there have the little marks with the rocks, but I pretty much sanded down pretty much so that way we can cover that with some filler on the spray can itself. Every single part has been properly sanded. As you guys could see, I have removed the sticker here, sanded there as well. You guys can still see where the sticker used to be. Made sure I sanded that well. The bottom of the chassis, okay, and then the back end. So I went ahead and sanded it completely, and then I'm going to touch it up with some Rust-Oleum acrylic enamel. Okay, this is just as a base coat. Okay, you want to have one base coat, and then you want to put down your main coat. So this is just going to be the base coat right there, and that's going to cover the entire. What it's going to do is going to cover the entire process of painting it black. Now the base coat is done pretty much so it can cover it down, the parts that maybe you missed sanding. And once those are covered up, you can go ahead with your main coat. Now for the main coat, there's some areas we can touch up with the rust tough enamel, which eliminates rust. Okay, we can touch it up with that one, although aluminum doesn't rust as much. And there's a specific type of paint. Let me show you guys. I think the black one, I took it out back, but this would be the not the black one. This one's blue, but I'm not painting it blue. I'm painting it black. But what this one is, it's high temperature, very high temperature paint. So it'll go up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty much this is made for like headers, mufflers, engines. And this is good for the back end. That way, with the heat of that engine, that paint doesn't crackle. once this is put down, it will resist any type of heat. So that's that. For the clear coat, I've went ahead with DuPont Dupli-Color, and this is the clear coat. This is what's going to protect your entire work that you've done. So there you have 3 different options when it comes to painting the HPI Baja. So let me go ahead and show you the process that's involved when painting the Baja. So here we have the mini setup that I was talking to you about, and we're gonna go ahead and give them a spray coat. Now, the important part here is that the sun is hot. You always want to paint when the sun is hot, when it's warm, never when it's cold, because if you're painting black like I am today, it might turn white because of the mildew and the moisture of the outside. Right now, you guys see have a lot of grass back here, but the sun is a good factor when it comes to painting. So let's scoot this one back a little. Scoot that one back. And okay, so before we start painting, of course you want to make sure they're all centered out properly and they're straight. Okay, like this one. Make sure all the parts are straight. See, and then we can go ahead and start painting. So let's raise you guys up here real quick. Always paint in a ventilated area, and try not to make sure you paint when you paint. Make sure it's not too windy. Okay, like right now, it's a little bit windy. So the first coat is just going to be a light coat. So it's a light coat. Here's the light coat. You guys could see it's taking that the color up real good. Okay. So I went ahead and brought out the chassis. Okay. So here's the chassis. Here's the setup. I put it on the hanger, of course. So let's go ahead and start painting that one. Let's give it a couple coats before I run out of some paint here. Don't be shy with this. Just go ahead and douse it. And the good thing about this paint is it's not a thick paint like Rust-Oleum, the regular Rust-Oleum anti-rust one. This one doesn't stick, and it's not sticky. It just coats on easy, and you don't have that problem with you having to wait for the paint to dry 8 hours. This one dries within, it says here, should dry within 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Dries to the touch in 20 minutes. So you have this 101 degree weather out here, and it'll dry in half of that time, 10 minutes to the touch. So I'm just gonna give it a couple coats here. Like I said, don't be shy with it. Just go ahead and douse it. And once again, this chassis it's not actually going to be exposed because I have the ProLine under tray, which is actually sprayed and clear coated, so it's not touching this at all. So let's go ahead and spray this real good. Okay. So there you have it, guys. from purple to black. They're the finalized parts. You guys could see there. Now, a quick tip. Well, right now they have the that little touch-up coat, so they're spaced around and they're drying up, as you can see. But be mindful when you paint them, okay, and you do the touch-up. You want to make sure it's the exact same type of paint and type of clear coat that you put on, because if not, it's gonna pretty much ruin the coat and it's gonna look odd. So use everything the same, okay? Everything is drying up right now, but if you could see that clear coat, you could definitely see it on every single piece. Okay, everything, like I said, is drying up right now. That hot weather outside kept it really hot. Make sure when you grab it, if it's hot in the cold, hot in the sun, you grab a pair of gloves so that way you won't get burned like I did. But let me grab a piece here. Look at, check this out. Look at that. That like rugged look is the clear coat. Okay, it's gonna protect that paint right underneath there. But like I said, you wanna afterwards just clip it off. It all depends how you want to paint it. I use zip ties, but if you use any type of wire, you want to make sure wherever you tie it off, it's not rubbing the edges off, because that wire could rub off any paint you did. So make sure you use either, like I said, I use zip ties. You can use a wire, and just make sure you put it in a known area where it's not going to be exposed. But so far, this is what it looks like, guys. This is let me show you guys the plate, front and back. Okay, you want to make sure you get all those edges. Okay, let's just keep this here to dry. Let's bring this one down here somewhere where it can dry. Hopefully it's dried already. This is the chassis. Like it's dry. Look at this. Looks sticky there. Something must have gotten on there. But the inside, the outside, like I said, it has that clear coat that it's still, you could still feel kind of sticky. But that's what it looks like, guys. And like I said, if you sand it real good, it's gonna keep that that smoothness. Let's just put this down here somewhere to dry. That's it. Hope this tip helped you. Hope this video helped you on painting your Baja parts. If you don't actually like the color of your Baja parts, well, here's an option. The products I used, of course, were the Dupli Color clear coat and some Rust-Oleum flat black enamel paint. That's made for automotive. You want to make sure it's just automotive. If you go to your AutoZone, they'll have the automotive there. If you go to like Walmart, they'll have the wooden and the plastic. That can chip off. It won't grab on as easily. But yeah, that's the option. Remember, make sure whenever you sand anything or you sand your parts so that paint can grab on, you use whatever sandpaper is best for you, any type of grit. Like I said, I used 800 grit. It works perfect for me, or 800 grain. And that's what accomplished this look here. So, hope you guys enjoy this video. Rate, comment, subscribe. Like always, guys. Catch you guys later.